MOI is a general purpose blockchain centered around participants and built specifically for the digitally interacting world. Foundationally, MOI is an infinitely scalable and secure layer 1 network. And anyone can deploy assets very easily and build applications which are centered around dynamic user needs. So if you think of it, for developers, MOI provides a very user-friendly, secure, and low-code environment for easy adoption of Web3 technology. So most of the smart contract developers today have got a steep learning curve to learn new language and write secure code. And MOI eliminates that with a very low-code environment and the ability to program in multiple languages using the idea of interaction-based computing. For enterprises, MOI provides a very practical and sustainable Web3 solution that's customizable to their specific needs. And one of the problems enterprises face today is the ability to choose between privacy and transparency on a single network. So they either have to go to a permission network or stay on a private network or stay on a public network. So MOI solves this problem by using a context-aware mechanism and allows enterprises to navigate privacy and transparency on a single chain. And lastly, for technologists, MOI provides the ability to build scalable solutions without compromising security or decentralization. Today, in many of the networks, as you want to improve scalability, you kind of have to drop security by getting onto shard chains and side chains, and MOI eliminates that by allowing technologists to build very large scalable systems on a single network. And to summarize this at a very functional level, MOI is infinitely scalable, secure, and personal. So you can customize it the way you want. The way you deal with a coffee transaction, pay for a coffee transaction, can be treated very differently than the way you will manage buying a house at Beverly Hills. So MOI provides you infinite scalability and personalization without compromising security. Two, MOI is very general purpose. So what we mean by that is it is general purpose to the degree of sophistication is highly available on demand. So you'll be able to drive different types of applications in a very secure and personal manner. And the third point is MOI is built for a digitally interacting world. So it's very peer-to-peer and interactive. So multiple people can concurrently perform multiple transactions of different digital assets on the same network. So if Jack and John were doing a transaction to transfer a cryptocurrency, Mary and Lisa would be able to transfer an NFT on the same network. Even more powerfully, you'll be able to transfer token, store files, and execute complex programs on the same network. It's very simple for users because of the flat internet-like capability on the network. You need to have single token. You don't have to be in multiple networks to do multiple things. And it makes everything simple and secure and interoperable for the end user. So coming to some specific use cases of MOI, where MOI can be very useful, is safe DeFi. It could be DeFi, it could be refi. So one of the foundational challenges that we have in today's blockchain networks is the code and value are integrated. What we mean by that is the value or the balance of a participant sits inside the smart contract, which is controlled and managed by the smart contract creator, albeit the balances can be managed by the participant inside the smart contract. Any kind of security error in the smart contract allows people to hack, and there could be an honeypot attack. So in MOI, we have decoupled the code and value. So values principally and fundamentally lie at a participant level, So any kind of attack on the smart contracts does not transfer into the risk of the value for the participants. The second, so that introduces a lot of safe DeFi capabilities and personal value transfer capabilities. The second use case, which is very useful, is native interoperability between multiple chains built on the MOI.Technology. For example, in a gaming situation, people own their digital assets in one network. And if they want to move to another network today, you need to go through bridges and smart contracts to go to the other network. Yeah, it is akin to you having 2 credit cards in a bank. And when you move from one credit card to another credit card, it's like taking the bank with you. In MOI, you don't have to do that. The assets lie with the participants, so interoperability is available as a native feature, and people can move from one chain to another chain in a very simple, secure, and dynamic fashion. Finally, one of the largest use cases for MOI and for DLTs in blockchain is around provenance. But provenance has been a very difficult capability to implement. MOI makes it very practical by decoupling identity, storage, and ledger. So there's a practical way for enterprises to move from Web 2 to Web 3. Not all of it is centered around an all or nothing smart contract model. People can slowly move from Web 2 to Web 3 by starting with their identity, then moving on to the storage, and eventually moving on to compute and ledger, and allowing for enterprises to integrate Web 3 into their existing Web 2 infrastructure and applications, supporting practical change management.